This is Matrix Lord 212, and I just found it funny. I've been looking constantly for Doctor Who news. I've been looking to see if, despite what Bradley Walsh had said, if we actually saw filmy pictures for what he has done past 2 days. Of course, we haven't. Probably closed doors, maybe. But found it funny that on Twitter, concerning this whole chaos in Cardiff thing, that 43 people shared the Radio Times article, one after the other. So, in other words, it's all part of a thread, right? So, someone shares the Radio Times article, right? Then someone talks under them Radio Times article. Instead of just like a communication, let's say, right? They're flooding Twitter, like basically just flooding Twitter with the same article right after each other, which is probably minutes apart or whatever, for an entire day, 6 days ago, 43 times. So, if you're talking about the whole subject, why would you share the article from the person that just shared it before you if you could see the article already in the thread? So what would be the purpose behind sharing an article 43 times, one after the other after the other? Let's say I post something about the article, and then you respond to it, and then you share the article. It's like a chain gang. It's ridiculous. A chain letter. Do you need to do that? Do you need to share an article from Radio Times that is not a spokesperson for the BBC and is saying that the rumor is nonsense based on an anonymous source? So all these people that don't want Chibnall or Jodie fired, rather than know if it's true or not, they're sharing this article that doesn't prove anything either. Now, I want Jodie to be for over 3 seasons, sure, but I'm not a fan of Chibnall. I don't know what classification you put me in if I'm supporting the Doctor but not the showrunner. But would you need to? There's only one article that it's one article from an anonymous source that says it's nonsense. And a BBC radio broadcast that I had shared said they heard of the rumor, but they didn't say anything on whether it was nonsense or not. So things are getting skewed rather quickly. Now, it would be so much easier, I think, that if it was truly nonsense, for the BBC to just come out and say, hi, we're the BBC, we own Doctor Who, and we do Doctor Who, and the article's nonsense. Chibnall's our guy, Jodie's our girl, but they don't do that. Why don't they do that? And if Bradley Walsh is going to sing in a van, that's great. I love that people love where they're working because they're happy. And it's great when you're happy doing a job you love, right? But why don't I see a picture with Bradley Walsh and Jodie Whittaker or Chris Chibnall? Now, you probably won't see Chris Chibnall, but if he's filming, what would it be to take a picture? He's not allowed with Jodie? I'm not trying to say maybe he's filming. Maybe nobody else is filming. Maybe he has a scene. This has happened before. So, and another thing, what makes anybody think that if anybody quit, that they wouldn't be contractually obligated to finish their season? Like, if Jodie quit, she still has to finish the filming that she's in. She can't just leave. There's legal things. So technically say she quit last week, right? She still has to finish series 12 and would have to come back to film a regeneration because they have a contract that you can't, because they always have to have a regeneration. So, like, if she quit, she still has to finish series 12. Chibnall did his writing already. He got everything. He could quit and just not appear, period. Because he everything is in place for them to film. The writing, the stories, everything is set. Like, basically, what do you got? 2 episodes left? The last 2, and then maybe a special? So 3 maybe even? So if Jodie quits, she still has to finish the season. Do you understand? Like, it's not like she's not, like, common sense. It's not like if she quit, she can just walk away. She has to finish. We're talking like legal lawsuits that she's told, even if she quit, she has to finish her episodes. So, like, I don't know where people get that this may be fake. If she quits, she still has to finish her stuff. Like I said, Chibnall doesn't, because he did the episodes already. He wrote the episodes already. He planned it out. He made sure this is where they're going to film. This is where they're going to scout. This is what we're going to do. This is what this is. That's it. Everybody's in place. This one edits it. This one does this. His job's basically done. So he could quit, but like, and not come back. But like, Jodie has to finish. Bradley Walsh would have to finish. Now, maybe people added stuff in there, like Bradley Walsh walked off set. I didn't, I thought that was an add-on that somebody just did, like, sarcastically, like, that what he didn't really walk off. That was just added in, just like people joking about the female Dalek and the roasting. Like, I didn't take that literally. I thought people were just having fun with that. But again, like, why is there one article? And you know what's funny? What is the percentage of Radio Times after the article was shared 43 times? Obviously, if you click on the article, they make money. So, obviously, people are going to click every single time the thing is shared. And maybe the same person might click by accident the article 43 times. So, obviously, Radio Times, because the BBC ain't saying a word, is making money, like, loaded off of this story. This is trending. So they are laughing themselves to the bank because everybody's clicking on the Radio Times article. Even if you don't agree with it, everybody's clicking on it. 43 times in a day? How about this? Do me a favor. How about share the Radio Times article 50 times tomorrow? How about that? How about share it 100 times? You know what? 150 times. Why not? Maybe even make it 200 times. 200 times. That people would constantly click on it. My God, man. If they were really suffering in sales, boy, did they get a bonus, didn't they? Damn. That's smart, isn't it? That they know the BBC won't respond. So they helped out the BBC because they know BBC's not going to respond. So they get everyone to click on their article and they make money. And they have no say in Doctor Who. They don't care if it's true or not. But they're helping, like, they're trying to make it, like, help a brother out. We'll help the BBC out, even though the BBC didn't ask for it, right? And they're making money off of this. So you know what's going to happen? Watch this. They're going to be like, wow, we really made a lot of money. We need to do a second Radio Times article and let everybody click on it tomorrow. Because wouldn't you get like a business meeting, a board meeting, and saying, wow, Radio Times just spiked, and we made a lot of money. We need to have a follow-up Radio Times article so everybody goes nuts. It's called business. It's smart. Until the BBC respond, they are reaping the rewards, and they don't care whether it's true or not, because they will post a story on it regardless and make money. They don't own Doctor Who Radio Times. They have a vested interest in this is trending. Boy, we're gonna seize the opportunity, and we're gonna make money off of this. 43 times Radio Times articles shared, one after the other, and then after that thread, it goes all the way back to like 2018 or 2017 with something else, and then 2013. So wow. You know what? You let's give some money to Radio Times. You pop out. Let's share, retweet, tweet, share, whatever. Yeah, man. Radio Times, yeah. Put some money in their pocket, baby. Wow. And you know what's hysterical? The people that shared the article think that has anything to do with their opinion. Like, okay, you love Jodie. Great, I do too. You love Chibnall? Well, I don't. But why don't you just say your opinion instead of sharing an article where they could make millions of dollars and you don't? Like, that, by sharing the article, it doesn't do anything for you at all. Like, why? Because they said, oh, it's nonsense. That doesn't, like, prove or show anything. You're making them money. You're an employee for Radio Times without getting paid. They love you. They love you. You're sharing their article. You're giving them attention. You're putting them on the map. Do you understand? If you want to give an opinion, you say an intellectual opinion, not 2 sentences, and then you share the Radio Times article. Because they have an anonymous source. Anonymous. Wow. You know, someone could really look at this and try to duplicate it, right? Like, if they're really intellectual and just get everybody to reshare their thing. You gotta be careful out there in the Whovian community. People may take advantage of people. Be careful. I mean, again, at the end of the day, guys, Radio Times loves you, man, for sharing that article. All right, take care. Bye for now.